Hello, fellow plant lover. Yes, the time has come to prune the beast. I was enjoying the trails on the floor. It's just, oh, such a fun little look. But now it's not so fun anymore because they're getting really long. The plant is drying out now that the weather is getting really warm, so I have to water it more. And plus I have 2 cats, and I'm like, what happened to that cat toy? And then all of a sudden I'll find a cat toy like tangled up under all these trails here, and it's like, oh, that's where that went to. So I thought I would show you in case you have a long pothos to prune. So what I'm going to use are these Fisker floral nips. I love them. I finally got the newest model. I have my old model still. The thing about the old model is it doesn't close, whereas these close, and I can actually recommend them to you because the old ones looked a little different, but they lasted long. I love them because they're very precise and very sharp. And depending on where you buy them, they're anywhere from like $11 to $15. Very affordable. They're great for houseplants, as long as they don't have really, really thick stems. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to position the camera down, pointing down here. I'm going to get my stool and I'm going to sit on it just like I'm milking a cow and get to pruning, get the camera close up so you can really see what's going on. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to prune them one by one here. I'm not going to untangle them first. I'm going to prune them and then untangle them. And one thing to know, well, there are a couple things to know. First of all, you want to use something clean and sharp. So I like these. You can use a really sharp pair of scissors, your pruners, whatever you have and you prefer to use. And I'm going to cut the pothos up probably about 3 inches up off the floor. I don't want to cut it right at the floor because what happens is the new growth will come off of here, and I don't want to have to prune it again right away if it's right touching the floor. So I'm going to stagger it a little bit, maybe some 3 inches off the floor. Also, I don't like an even look because that's not how things grow in, nature. I like to stagger it a bit. If you like the even look, that's fine. That's fine. First of all, I'm going to pick up the distem here. These are the nodes. And depending on which way your plant is growing, you want to cut right above or below a node. In this case, I'm going to cut right below the node, just about maybe 1/8 of an inch right there. So there is the first cut. And here is the vine, which I'm not going to be able to untangle until I have this all done. So crazy project, but it has to be done. So I'm going to cut this one, the same thing here. I'm going to just go through these fast. So that one is there. I'm going to cut this one about right here, right below that node. I'll show you close up on the stems too, but that node is where the roots emerge from. So it's already on its way. And in nature, pothos grow up other plants, and this is where the roots grow out of, and that's how they attach to the plant. And boy, do they attach. Okay, so we have one here. Oh, boy. And I'm going to do one down. I can always take it up if it's too far down. Nice cut straight across. And I don't want to do it down there because that leaves too much stem there, right there at that right there under that node. Like that. Oh boy. Pruning them isn't too bad. Untangling them is going to be a different story. I'm not going to show that on camera because that'll be too much. This is a really thick stem. Okay, I'll save that right here. This one looks as though it is minus some leaves, and that's oftentimes what happens when they get long, especially if they're growing in low light, or they've been underwatered or watered. The stems will be bare. The stem looks like it's bare for about 10 inches here, but I couldn't tell because it was so thick. Right there. Okay. Now I just have a couple more to go. And then I'll do any fine pruning if I want them up or down. I'll do that at the end. After I get all these beastie stems out of the way. Okay, and this is another nice, good, substantial stem here. And because it has a gap here, right here. Oh, this is where it was pruned, before. Right there. And then this new growth grew out of there. So I'm going to prune it up there. So there are the ends. They're staggered a little bit. The lowest one is about 3 inches off the ground. The highest is about 6. So that gives them some room to put out some new growth down there. So here's the aftermath here. And I'm going to gather these up and take them into the kitchen to get them out of the way, because I'm just going to get them in a vase for now, and I'll do a short at some other point. Get this all done and taken care of, but here we go. Oh my goodness. Oh my God, this is heavy. This is a lot of pothos here. I'm probably going to cut them into 2 because I don't want to propagate them this long. I'll probably cut them about there to propagate them. That is plenty. And then I might propagate this too. Or may actually get 3 plants out of this. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, into the kitchen. And then I'll show you the nodes up close. Oh my goodness, the living room looks so big now. With all this, can walk through here, yay! Okay. Oh, and what I want to tell you is a couple of weeks ago, I filmed a video about how to grow a pothos with long trails, because I have a neon pothos that has long trails. My enjoy doesn't trail as much because it's a smaller pothos and I keep it shorter. But I did that, how to keep it healthy and looking good and full at the bottom and full at the top. So be sure to check out that one. Okay, there we go. There are those nodes there. The leaf right there, these are the internodes, but you want to cut below the leaf nodes. Just right there, so you can see that better. In case you are new to plant propagating, many of these plants have the nodes, and that's where you propagate them, or where they propagate out of. Okay, you can tell it's the very end of the day. I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of these vines into the blender container, and then I will show you that. Okay. I have a mess of cuttings. I had to break them into 2 because they're so heavy. I had to fold them on top of here. So, I might do it as a short, long form, video, breaking up the cuttings, because, or else I could do a really abbreviated short. Anyway, I'm not going to decide that now because it's been a long day, and it's 5 o'clock. No, it's past 5. Oh my goodness. So here is the last of the vines of the trails. So I'm going to cut it off because it's kinder and easier on the plant, I think. And see how the stem bends there? I want to get it straighter. So I'm going to cut it right there. And that means I'll take off a couple more because I never like to submerge, the leaves in water. Gets all icky yuck. And when I propagate them in water, I only keep the water up maybe 2 nodes. That's it. I don't keep the water all the way up here because I don't want the roots to form all the way up and down the stem just at the base. So which one am I going to put this one into? I think I'll just put it here because it is closest to me. All right, and I have to do this, but I'm going to have to do something with these soon because they are taking up my kitchen island. So I got it all off of the living room floor, and there's so much room. Anybody want to come over for a rave tomorrow night? And there's so much room in the living room now. But now they are taking up the counter, and also my old Tazzy cat, the Tabby cat, he really likes to explore, so these could be a disaster on here. But anyway, they are done. I hope you found this video to be helpful or at least interesting. I have a lot more videos coming your way. Have already done a lot on pothos. Don't forget to check out our book, Keep Your Houseplants Alive. Thank you for your likes and your subscribes. You know that I really appreciate them. Always good to see some thumbs up. Also, now let's get into our indoor gardens and make our worlds a more beautiful place. I'm going to spread the love by giving a couple friends a whole bunch of pothos cuttings. Thanks for watching. Bye.